Okay, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well this evening. I'm John Moody of Moody Mystery. We're continuing our Wizardry 7 DFortae difficult mod. This is the Iron Man Expert episode B-4. We are still in Orkorge Castle. So we're going to hopefully finish it. Let's see, where are we? Okay, so I need to see where we are. Where are we? Let's see. Oh, okay. Oh, I know where I am. I'm in the place where I pull the lever, and supposedly that opens. Okay. Now, that if we're looking at the monsters here, you see like spearmen, seedy bishops, rogues. These are more annoying than anything. Don't give us a lot of XP, but we still need. But again, I usually suggest that that we use a mass damage spell to kill everyone. And let's see. Okay. Let's go with nuclear blast. Let's see how that works. Okay, so right now we're basically eliminating the seedy bishops. Okay, Hellgraph coming through with the nuclear blast. And the delay is the slowness is probably due to the sound effects. If I wanted, I probably could do without the sound effects since the music is not turned on. Okay, now if you remember, one of the groups had an exclamation point in front of it, so what that meant is this rogue was hidden. We don't need javelins. Let's see now on our map, because our mapping is 70. Yep, we know where the hole is. Now keep in mind, jumping down the hole, we could suffer some damage. So there is a spell for that, and let's see who has it. Nope. Hazard shield, that's a good one. We're not going to go with it for long, so we're going to cast it at level 4. And there is a thing right there that shows that hazard shield is in effect. This means enchanted blades in effect, so we'll get a little more oomph in hitting. Armor plate, get a little more protection. Very important here, magic screen. In case we get either a spell or breath weapon, it reduces its effectiveness. Keep in mind, a spell like sleep, it may reduce its effectiveness, but it still may put us to sleep. So you see it says protected by hazard shield. And again, Again, if I'm a little bit too... Oh boy. See, now normally this would be NBD, but you see we have Gorn Shamans. Okay, so what I'm going to do... Okay. I think Poet's Loot's not the best idea, but still I think it's not a bad idea. But I do like the idea. I do like the idea of Basilisk Eye. If we can get them stoned, turned to stone on the, then we won't have to worry about them. So I'm going to do a lot of melee here just mainly because I'm... Booyah. Now it says that Gorn Shaman is beholden, so I'm assuming that that means that they are indeed stoned. But right now we're just going through the Venom Weevils. Okay, so the Gorn Shamans have essentially all of the... Okay, so we're going to alternate between the two. Again, we're going to do more melee. Okay, and I hope everyone's doing well this evening. John Moody of Moody Mystery, who basically, yesterday, pinball tournament, unfortunately my stomach got really sick. You know, and I actually went to qualifying, everything was good, and I started qualifying and it started like not feeling well, and by the end of qualifying, I was like, ugh. And I was hoping, okay, let's rest it. Nope, no dice. So, unfortunately, I had to withdraw. I didn't want to, something I didn't want to do, but, you know, I mean, if I'm feeling that bad that I can barely, you know, I mean, I could stand, but like, you know, without moving, that's the last thing I want to do. I don't want to be like, oh yeah, trying to move and whatnot. Now, keep in mind, there may be a few more no penetrations with these Gorn Shamans. That's because they are stone. And just imagine trying to penetrate stone. Okay, let's see where we've been and where we have not been. Okay, so we'll just keep on going south. Okay. Again, this is something where I think we can just simply do melee, so I'm going to do that. yeah, that was not fun yesterday, and you know, I'm trying to schedule for a doctor's visit, but it's a little bit complicated because the doctor I had, now I have new insurance, and the doctor I had won't take it, so I want to see. That's what I'm trying to find, someone that can, and at least I can get in. Or I could consult Google Doc. Now, of course, when you think of Google Doc, you think of documents, but when I'm saying Google Doc, as in Google Doctor, you know, people sometimes, you know, often will go to Google and they'll type in their symptoms and what's going on, and Google will say, this is what's probably wrong with you. And it's not the best way to go, but I mean, it's not a bad way. It does give a starting point. I won't say what I have because I do at least want to have it formally diagnosed, because I made, the last several times I had stuff wrong with me, I made several assumptions as to what was wrong, you know, and pretty much almost all of them were incorrect. That's why a lot of times, if doctors aren't sure, they'll send you for like either an MRI or like, you know, PET scan or a CAT scan. And by the way, there's an ad break coming up, so I'm just letting y'all know when an ad break comes up, feel free to get something to eat, use the bathroom. I do the same thing, you know, if I get an ad break, I do the same thing. You know, I'm like, you know, I like, okay, you know, probably what I'll do is I'll drink a little bit of my protein shake. Maybe on Monday I'll give you a workout update. You know, because Mondays are the days I usually do Mondays are the days I usually do you know, when I do my assessment, that's when I like step on the scale, and depending on what week it is, I think it's like every other week I measure my navel and waist, and then every 4 weeks I do like a full body measurements. In other words, I measure like, you know, this, that, and the other. In other words, there's about several. Well, no, donkey, you're gonna go after the fungus oozes. Because you've got arrows, and see, that's okay. Just okay. Welcome back, everyone. Ad break is over. So let's get back to our business. Wait a minute. Why can't Donkey fight? Good evening, Wolfsight. Hope you're doing well. Let's take a look at Donkey. Ooh, you see that Donkey has a bow, but you notice that this hand is empty. So that means that Donkey ran out of arrows. So what we're going to have to do with Donkey is we're going to have to equip. And DFortae and Hellgraph, let's... Okay, but I hope you're doing... Yep, glad you're doing great, Wolfsight. Impressed with your... I remember on another stream, look at you talking about your Wizardry 7 progress, so I think... Okay, so you notice that I have no arrows, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick the smallest number. And the reason being is because that's going to free up an inventory slot quicker. And at this point in the game, I think freeing up inventory slots is more important. And also, I want to get another I want to get the donkey instead of arrows wielding something else. But I won't talk about the progress, but I think it's starting to come together. You know, your Wizardry 7, because you know you've got a lot of parts. I think you just need to. You know, I think you just need to get them to completion. Okay. So Sparkle, let's have you heal Sand. Gixer's pretty darn good. DeForte's good. Hellgraph, I'm going to heal you a little bit. Actually, a good bit. Oh, nice. Goldface, new weapon. And if I remember, if you complete a Goldface, I think you get something. The fun part is finding out what that where that something comes in handy. Okay. Probably should, before I go any further, I probably should get some Cure Lesser Conditions going. Oh yeah, stat boosts were pretty good. Yeah, I like them. You know, anytime you get stat boosts, you're like woot woot. Okay. Ooh, we got some Dane initiates. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mainly melee the crawling wastes, but for the Dane initiates, I'm just gonna psionic fire them. And if there's any that happen to get through, we're going to silence them. Okay. Yep. Okay, good. We're only down to 2 crawling wastes, which is nice. But I'd say keep on going, Wolfside. I can... Okay, again, we see a circular thing, so that's obviously a button. Okay, I'm going to do a very small Cure Lesser Conditions. Now, some of you may be wondering why I'm the ninjas casting it and why not the psionic, which I think has it. Because I want to save, I want to save my spell points for Mind Flay. Okay, and remember, I'm one of those that tends to like, I want to make sure everything in the dungeon is covered. Okay, 3 venom wheels. 3 venom weevils. I'm gonna write the chalk this up as NBD. No big deal. I'm also keeping an eye on Sunday Night Football because pretty big game, Detroit and Houston. All right, whole party is now level 18. Nicely done. But let's see. Okay, so it looks like I just need to go northwest. Okay, we got... Ooh, whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! Two iguanodons, 3 iguanodons, 6 scorns, I don't know what they are. 7 Gorn Rangers, 5 Gorn Rangers, and a partridge and a pear tree. Okay, DFortae, I'm not, what I'm going to do, I'm not going to do the, instead what I'm going to do, Hellgraph, I'm going to have you do the new, oh boy. I'm going to have you do Falling Stars. Pretty high level, we'll see what happens. So we're just going through this, we're just going through the motions of the battle. Okay, when the Gorn shoots Elm Arrow, that means they're probably Gorn Rangers, because Rangers tend to use... what? Hellgraph, you fizzled? You fizzled? Falling Stars, okay. Okay. So what we need to do, we need to get on these Gorn Rangers. Okay, Hellgraph, let's try Nuclear Blast. You better not fizzle this one, Hellgraph. Okay, this is probably going to take care of all of the, most of the Gorn Rangers, which is actually a good thing, because that's going to, it's going to cut down on the number of spells. Nicely done. Okay, so we've only got 2 Gorn Rangers. Okay, Sand, we're going to have you, since you're not blinded, we're going to have you go after the Gorn Rangers. Yep. Okay, so now we're down to 1 of each. 1 Iguanodon, 1 Gorn Ranger. Let's split our attacks. And we'll see what happens. Hopefully that will eliminate everyone. Okay, we'll take the meat. Okay, now let's see our progress. Okay, I think we're almost there. Really, game? Really? Fortunately, all of our characters, except for Sand Plus, which only seems to be irritated, has no maladies, so, or maladies, excuse me. So I'm just, in order to save spell points, I'm just going to melee because a lot. I mean, these bugs. I don't worry about them too much. I'm not. It's not like I'm going to lose sleep over them. I mean, it's like, you know, I don't see them like doing a heck of a lot of damage, you know, or anything along those lines. Or especially doing something nasty to the party. I mean, I'm not worried about damage that can easily be healed. I'm worried about stuff like insanity, blindness, especially during battle. And we'll play keep on doing the good work. If you reach a milestone, you know, tell us. Okay. As I said, I'm going for the big group because I think we can handle the stag weevils. They've only got like maybe 20, 30 hit points. So it's not like they have a super amount of hit points. Okay, what I'm going to do is, see, I'm also separating Donkey because I want Donkey to go through the arrows. I want Donkey to use the arrows because what I want to do is I want to eventually... See, the drawback with arrows is that a bow and arrow uses 2 slots. And Donkey can there's some good weapons I think Donkey can wield that only require like that are extended range, so okay, so there's the ladder. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to back off a little bit and I'm just going to rest. You notice our magic screen has gone out. I'm not too worried about it because here on... So what I'm wanting to do is I'm wanting to rest, recover hit points, recover... Because see, DeForte and Sparkle, they have... Sparkle has auto regen. DeForte has, I believe, an amulet of healing, which helps with regen. Hellgraph, let's have you go to Gixxer. Sparkle, let's have you cure sand. DeForte, you're going to go Hellgraph. Okay, and I'm still I think there's still a little bit of room on the spells to... Okay, good. Okay, so now we're getting ready to battle a fairly tough monster, so you know what time that is. It's buff time. It's time to get our buffs. Enchanted Blade. Sand, you're gonna be our designated magic screen caster. And I have an idea for DFortae. DFortae is going to be our armor plate, but it's going to cast it during battle. That way, they can get some scribe training. Boop. Lever. Mercatos Inner Sanctum. Okay. Now, the good news is that Mercatos is undead. So what that means is Mercatos is suspect to dispel undead. One thing about the DFortae mod is that dispel undead is a lot more, has a higher success rate versus the vanilla version. Okay. Inside the darkened sanctum, phosphor glows radiate symbols and glyphs from the floor, walls, and ceiling. Few preserved creatures stare out from a cluttered shelf, and in the corner stands a small desk littered with flasks and assorted knickknacks. Upon a chest in the far corner are piles of old parchments and dusty books and cobwebs hanging in the upper chambers of the ceiling at a final touch. Softly, without warning, a glowing form begins to materialize. Ooh, oh, I forgot we had 2 Shadow Guardians. Okay, Sparkle, we're going to do a level 3. Yeah. Hey, Sharp. Good evening to you. I'm probably not going to pronounce your name correctly because the envelope where I have your pronunciation is somewhere scattered about my junk, but okay, just call. I'll go with Car. C-H-A-R. I don't know if it's Car or Char, but I think I'm going to go with Car. Because when I think of Char, I think of burning. Okay, so Dispel Undead. Sand, we're going to hide. Donkey, we're going to hide. DFortae, you're going to use the scroll. Armor plate. And of course, Hellgraph, you're going to Dispel Undead also. So here we go. Now these ghosts, these Shadow Guardians, are very tough because they can cast Lifesteal. Lifesteal's not good because what it does is it reduces your hit points and gives some of those hit points and heals them. So let's see what happens. In the dust of the fading specter, another apparition appears. Mine is the spirit of Mercatos, born of Gorn and wizard of this realm. Thou hast shown thyself strong and capable avengers, and thus shall I bequeath to you the inheritance of my legacy. As I did succumb to the allure of great riches and power from they who come from the stars, so did the weakness betray me to them and thrust me into their clutches. Know you that those born of deceit and treachery are consumed eternally for living amidst their own fears and suspicions, that they grow blind and further inflamed, till like a warring plague they do become unto themselves. And so it was with I, for I did conspire against my own blood suspiciously and with malice, and now the mighty Gorn Empire lies in ruin. the gasping victim of my bloody hands, dying so ignobly in its own civil war. Learn well from this tragic misfortune, for to forget is yourself betray. Seek the tomb of Villacanabe in the old church of Nictalneth, and deep at the foot of the Creator. There you shall find hidden a part of what you seek. Okay, now Wolf says, now go forth and find me a shrubbery. Okay, so we're going to push the button here, but before I get into the shrubbery, I'm going to go this way. And Wolf's yeah. Chop down the tallest tree in the forest with a herring. Okay, now Wolf's Sight, if you want to pay, I'm not saying you have to pay attention, but I want to show you something. Maybe you probably knew this, but I do want to show it to you. A momentary tingle passes through you as you step inside the room. Gently a flutter of phosphor wings emerges from empty air. Okay, now you see we've got oodles of spectral ravens. Oodles. Okay, so we're gonna go. Oh no, okay. I'm gonna have two of you hide. Actually, let's cancel that because I have a different idea. Sparkle, you're gonna cast Dispel Undead. Okay, Hellgraph, I'm gonna have you cast Falling Stars. Okay, I'm just letting you know there is an ad break coming up. And welcome on, Tim. Hope you are doing great. Okay. Okay. Now, if you're noticing this Wolf Sight, you notice that some of the spell Dispel Undead actually killed some of the spectral ravens. And so yes, anything spectral, you can use that spell on it. Actually, I want to welcome everyone back. I'm under the assumption that everyone can hear me, so I'm not going to, because all the indicators seem to be working. Okay, so we've got some spectral ravens. Let's see. We've got 4 characters. Yeah. And I'm not sure how to get it back in sync, because it's, I'm not sure if there's a way to do that. Or just if there's, without like restarting. I don't know if anyone in Twitch land out there knows some secrets, but okay, so we are now down to 2 spectral ravens. Here I do want to have DFortae cast the Cure Lesser Condition spell, because that's going to be one less character that we have to worry about. Woohoo! Okay, let's give 3 each to climbing and scouting. Okay, let's give a boost to mythology. Wolfside, as I said, I'm not sure what to do about that. I may see if there's a way like around it, or... And I don't really mean by video. If you mean by like my face, I'm not too worried about, because I know it does. I know my camera does lag a little bit. Now, I'm gonna save it here, and then the Chiefs did win in spectacular fashion, and unfortunately I did miss the game, because I heard not only it was a good game, but there were 2 important things. Number 1 was Taylor Swift in the box and sitting in like the skybox. And number 2, if Taylor was, how many times did the TV either show her, and how many times did they mention Taylor? Now you're like, Moody, you're not a fan of Taylor Swift. Any questions? Yay for Tay-Tay. So yes, I am a Swiftie, and what some people say is, hey, I'm a Swiftie, I'll admit to it. I'm a Swiftie, and yes, proud of it. Okay. Okay, I'm not sure what Gorns these are. I'm just gonna psionic fire them, and I'm not gonna be too worried about it. One thing I do know is they're not Gorn shamans because they don't have the fancy schmancy rods. Ugh, wolf psych. Oh my. Ugh. Sorry, I hate when that happens, especially if I'm streaming and I forgot to save. That's why even though this is Iron Man, you save early, saved often. I would not be surprised if these were Gorn's. Oh yeah, they were Gorn spearmen. Okay, so it looks like we have a treasure chest. Let's save it. Keep in mind that even though we have level 21, 22 characters, we still are not immune to a chest going off. So it looks like 5, 7, and 4. So let's see what that is. It's a stunner. I can live with a stunner. But I do have a question. That's the important question. Is it a regular stunner? Or is it a stone cold stunner? Now I assume most of you know the game mechanics. You've probably watched me play this over and over. So I'm not going to go into the details. But that being said, if you do have questions, post them in chat. I don't mind. Okay, so we found a jewelry. That's going to the fighter. A book. That's going to Sand. A hat. Okay, that's going to Sparkle. A key, that's going to Sparkle. Boots. That's going to Sparkle. It's going to DFortae, and a ring. Hellgraph. And you can see we're already starting to get a little bit up there in the you know what. Okay. So first, let's have you do some cure lesser conditions so we don't have these you know what's running. Wow. Finally, okay. Okay, I don't want to have DFortae use a lot of mental. Okay, good. Okay, so let's start divvying up the loot. Jewelry, I already know what this is. This is a gem of power. What it does is it gives, let me just see something. Ooh, Gixxer already has the power strike skill. So now we need to give it to someone else. And I know the perfect person to give it to. Sparkle. Because anyone can use it. So let's see what this. Okay, Sparkle has a ring of deafness on, so this is going to replace that. Yep. Nope. And see now. All right, wolf sight. Woohoo! Red flower. I'm going to be honest with you. The red flower. I think there were 2 flowers, if I remember, that were tricky to find. And the red flower is one of them. I knew where it was, but I wasn't going to say anything. I wasn't going to say anything about where it was, but I'm glad you found it. Okay, this is the key of Azor. I'm not sure if we're going to necessarily need it, but I'm still going to use it because, ooh, angel hat. What does that do? Have blue, red, yellow, and purple. Okay. So I think, yep, okay, good. So I know which one you need. Okay, Book of Seeing. Mage. Ooh, Psionic can use it. Bishop. Ooh, okay. So if I remember, I think the Book of Seeing is Wizardry. Okay, so DeFortae doesn't have it. Let's see, Hellgraph, do you have it? Hellgraph doesn't have it, so who should we give it to? Okay. As much as I'd love to give it to DeFortae, I'm going to give it to Hellgraph. And you see, Hellgraph now has Wizardry. And the reason being is because bishops get both priest and mage spells. And so, if I have a chance, I want to give it to the bishop. Okay, so Sand has the ring. Let's see. Ring of Resounding. I just want to check. I just want to check DeFortae on something. Ah, good. We'll keep it in DeFortae's area because Ring of Resounding is good. Because it casts, I think, Shrill Sound, and then also get DeFortae some training in artifacts. Ooh, Solaret or Solaray. Scale Hosens +7. Gixxer has Chain Hosen +8. So Solaray is going to go to Sparkle. That's going to give Sparkle a little bit of an upgrade. Okay, so is there anything else that we need to identify and distribute? We still have a few more spaces. I think this is a time when we really need some NPCs to come on by. Okay, upon the old wizard's table are several potions, a few odd baubles, and a small potted bonsai tree. Someone mentioned about a bush, so let's take the tree. Hellgraph says yes. I love doing bonsai. Okay, so DFortae's full, Donkey's full, sand. Oh, I forgot. Oh, crap, we need to, oh yeah. Book of Blessings. The only problem is I think everyone has Bless. And it looks like only the... Yeah. Lord has Bless. And I believe the Bishop, yep, Bishop has Bless. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to still give it to Sparkle because that's going to give Sparkle a couple more spell points in that area. So Sparkle's full and Gixer's full. So sand. Okay, so let's take these. Let's see what these are. A draining bomb. Okay, that's interesting. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to worry about the rest of the things here because I can come back here. It's actually fairly easy to access. You may not realize it, but a troop of Gorn soldiers surrounds the area in front of you. Sailing forth, you see a rig go, "Hail, brave warriors! The warfare is poorly for our side. I fear that we are doomed." Okay, now. I'm gonna have you leave for now. I'm not gonna interact with you until I've seen the king. Until I've seen King Olgar. Once I've seen King Olgar, then I'll interact. Okay, because I remember what happened the last time. Is I tried to trade with you and you said not with you, and then you got all... Okay. Actually, what I should do is see who has the best diplomacy. Hellgraph does have the best diplomacy, but you know, boy, it's a tough call. Who I'd have doing the you know, talking. Okay, so okay, Gorkunga, the killer ape. A large crystal clear window, you know, as you stand there looking through the transparent wall, an ape-like creature whizzes past you inside the enclosed area, making faces as he passes. You watch him jump for a few moments as he jumps up and down, climbs the walls of his cage, and makes occasional obscene gestures, from which he seems to derive a rather smirking sense of satisfaction. It appears he enjoys well-being the role of being Ogre Castle's star attraction. Oh boy, Wolfsight is cooking with Gav. Wolfsight's got the white flower. So now he's got the snake speed potion. So tell you what, before we know it, Wolfsight's going to be talking about being at the final boss. Before you know it, so. Okay, so I'm going to save it here because so. Now, remember that we have a gorilla. What do gorillas like? Let's see, do we have anything that gorillas like? Okay. We're gonna use the Ankh of Sanctity. I'm just gonna use it on the ninja. Ooh, and it increases piety. Okay, so good. That actually frees up. I wanted to free up an inventory space anyway. Ooh, a bunch of bananas. I think gorillas like bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. Moody, don't start singing the Hollaback Girl song, or Gwen Stefani's a good person, but probably got many people out there watching for copyright strikes. So, which, by the way, I actually had a friend who's actually almost finished with law school. One of the things they said is things like trademarks and copyrights. One thing is you do need to defend them. Otherwise, what could happen is they said there's always a possibility. If you're just going to sit on like something along those lines, they may say, hey, if you don't care, we're not going to, So you kind of need to be like, bunch of bananas. So Gixxer, let's save it again. Gixxer, do your stuff. Upon seeing the batch of yellow bananas dangling in front of the window, the playful chimp immediately jumps up and pulls the lever on the wall. The window slides back with a snap. Frenzied Monkey leaps headfirst at the bananas, grabbing them from your hand and sailing on past you. Gangwaying out into the corridor at full speed. Suddenly, a band of passing Gorn calls out, "Hey, you! What's the big idea?" I don't know what the big idea is, but guess what? You've got an ape on the loose. And of course, gorilla were purple. Would it be a grape ape? Grape ape. Now, and I'd be impressed if anyone knows what that reference is. You know what that reference is? I'm impressed. Not only am I impressed, but you're now just telling me how old y'all are. Okay, Gorn Ashigaru. So these are probably samurais. So we can silence them. Okay, there is an ad break coming soon. A great bay from Harvey Brideman, attorney at law. I don't think I've heard. I was thinking of something different, but hey, if there's a commercial out there that also features Grape Ape, I mean, letting y'all know an ad break coming up soon. So what I'm going to do is when the ad break starts, I'm also going to throw an ice ball your way. This is probably overkill, but remember that in an Iron Man run, there really is no such thing as overkill. Helmet. I think that's a helmet for samurai, so we're just gonna. He was competing. Yeah, he was in the Laugh Olympics, and yeah, I don't think he was using performance enhancing drugs. I think he was just playing big. You know, that's like Andre the Giant, aka Fezzik from The Princess Bride. Okay. So for now, I'm just going to. There is no overkill. There are only open. Oh. Okay, ad break in progress, so you know what that means. Okay. Welcome back, everyone. The ad break is now over. Okay, so where we are in the game, we're in Orkorge Castle. We've just released the gorilla, and now we've So now we have access to this area. So now we press the button. And what that now does is it gives us access to the throne room. Only the faint distant auras of burning candles are visible beyond the gate. Oh, I never knew that about how it was a parody cartoon. Birdman became a defense attorney and represented a lot of classic cartoon characters. Shadows dance upon the walls of the dark and gloomy cathedral, and emptiness pervades the chamber deep within every crevice. Faded tapestries illuminated by the candlelight depict scenes of warring tribes and victorious battles, and you glimmer that these represent eras of history now long past. Once this masterful stateroom was no doubt a bustle of activity filled with endless politics and head rolling. Decisions. Now only the lone figure silhouetted upon the distant throne, somber, forlorn, staring out as if pondering thoughts a million miles away, breaks through the depression which so clouds this desolate, desperate arena. Now, if you remember, we have a message. We have a message for him. And if we want to read it, we can find it. Okay, nope, that's not it. But it said something about the Dataran Alliance. What happened? Oh boy. I don't know if I've watched that episode, The Drug Possession, but I know there were a few other, especially more modern episodes where I think the mystery gang was on trial. I know one was an episode involving Salem, and I think another one was, I forget the other one. Okay. Approaching the hunched and staring figure perched upon his throne, and twine and bone, he gives no motion to acknowledge your presence, but in a deep guttering whisper begins to speak. So the gods have decided to put this old king out of his misery at last, eh? Look you now upon this soulful guise, but once it were not so. How the orchard blossoms have faded in the fields. Though my army still stands strong, their strength is but a shallow weakness, for their spirit is broken. And now they wage war upon themselves, having lost that fleeting essence which fuels the heart and makes possible all loves and desires. The vision of their destiny has been broken, shattered by the crushing presence of you who come from the stars. What grim irony that your visage now stands so mockingly before me. Shall you be the ghosts of my tormentors to haunt my dreams in the hereafter, or merely that you come to put the sword in my heart and end this mortal suffering? I see it all now, so clear. Worlds within worlds continually unfolding. The boundaries of time cross and overlapping as easily as one might step from the garden into the forests. Like simple fish in the oceans, flipping and darting, living out their days unaware of the unseen universes which lie in the sky above their heads, so near and yet so far. How likened unto this every man that all these galaxies swing in orbit around him continually in his sight, and yet never seen nor glimpsed, save that small portion which leaks into his momentary vision and bursts 1,000 tales of miracles and divine conception. I pray you, grant this king these ramblings. Would that I could take my mind and thrust it upon you, but instead am forced to fling only the feeble stones of words. But tell me, strangers, what cause brings you this day? Okay, let me just check for spelling. What's this? The Dartaean alliance at end? Then the prophecy is indeed come. So be it. We shall all play our part as was foretold, and meet in the infernos of the hereafter. But perhaps there be slack enough for dangerous sport with the oracles in this. For who is to say that an end is not but a gateway to some new beginning? And the page is unread, yet unread be but deliberately concealed. I think I see much mischief in the face, and perhaps it is not too late to learn their game. But what say you, be you willing to take a part? Heck yeah. Then listen close and be quick. There be a sacred piece of parchment in my possession, and methinks more mischievous deeds it can do in your hands than mine own. I grant you, do as you will with it. For once the writings be done, it is then that we players may yet to depart from the script. In my bedchamber lies a secretive wall. Hurry there, and therein find the skate which fits this key. You will find inside what you seek. Go now, away. In me the seeds of new plans do quickly sprout, and methinks I shall find further sport amongst my own troops. Okay, so now we've gotten the assignment. Okay, so now what we need to do is the last couple things we need to do. We need to first use the key of Azor to open up that area. Okay. Okay, so we have a bunch of Gorns and Ratkins again. Again, same deal. Let's have DeForte now come front and center with Mind Flay. Okay, and so right now Mind Flay is mowing everyone down. Ah, that was everyone. Okay. And again, I'm going to save it, and before you're like, oh, come on, really? You keep saving it? Okay, so now what I need to do, okay, not the outer sanctum. Oh yeah, I remember, okay. A troop of Gorn soldiers sallying forth. You see a regal. Hail, brave warriors! The war prepares poorly for our side. I fear that we are doomed. Okay. So let's start trading, and let's hope that King Olger likes us. Okay. Oh, Gixer must have had a second bunch of bananas. Okay. Scale Hosen, definitely. I'll tell you what, you've got some pretty nice wares. Sparkle, let's see if you have anything else that you want to sell. Oh yeah, get rid of that salted monk meat. Bread rolls, we don't need those. They're useful, but I'm going to still get rid of them. As much as I like the elm arrows, they're not good for damage, so I'm just going to get rid of them. Now, one thing I think I may have done is when I click on this button for like exit, you have to wait a little bit. And sometimes if I click on it too soon, I may have accidentally clicked the steal button, and so I may have attempted to steal from them and didn't realize it. I'm hoping I hate to say it, I'm hoping that's the reason and not because they hate my guts. As much as I like the Anka Fire, I'm just going to sell it. I like the Draining Bomb, but I don't. It's taking up an unnecessary inventory space. Same with the meat. As useful as it is. And see, Donkey has some elm arrows. Yeah, let's just get rid of them because we've got a whole bunch of precision arrows. If we want to get more, I mean, we can always buy them. So it's not like, but I'm actually going to shift. I'm going to shift Donkey away from using arrows because that using arrows takes up two inventory slots, whereas a weapon only takes up one. So that means Donkey can what was I going to say? Donkey can has an extra inventory space for Stave of Stars. I'm probably not going to use that. Let's see, let's trade with Hellgraph. Hellgraph's got some bananas, so we're going to get rid of those. Monk Innards. Naginata, nope. I think Naginata is a two-handed weapon, and I'm not a fan of that. Estoc. I think we also got some Scale Hosen that we want to get rid of. Firebomb, I'm probably not going to... Ooh, whoa. No, I'm not, because if it's worth that much, it's probably pretty potent. Okay. So let's look at our mappy map again and see what we've got. Okay. So when we come out, we're going to go left. Oh yeah, this was the way, this was the, yep, this was the prison area, so we don't want to go there. Okay, I think this is where we use our key of Azor. Yep, key of Azor is used. There's a pile of loot on the ground. It seems to have been here for ages. Okay, ooh, we got some goodies. We're not interested in the crossbow. Staff, maybe. Ankh, yes. Sword, yes. Wand, yes. Ring, yes. Shield, yes. So we might as well take the scroll. Okay, so staff. Staff pro paralysis. I don't know if we're going to need that, but still, it's probably, even if we don't, we can... no, oh, crap. Good news, bad news. The Nodashi ninjas can use it, but not if it's a fairy ninja. Oh, Ankh of Dexterity. Guess what? Congratulations, Bard. You now have a dex of 20. Congratulations. That's why you should pretty much always take Wand of Weaving. I'm not sure what that is. I think that may be a web spell. Oh. We need someone. Ring Pro Frost. Shield of Winds. That's interesting. Ooh, detect secrets. I think what that does is that shows us where the intimate bras and intimate underwear. Oh no, sorry. That's detect Victoria's secrets. Okay, now it looks like this does not do anything, but actually it does. What it does is it increases magic. Okay, I'm just going to have you leave for now. Okay, let's see. If I remember, these two areas were nothing burgers. Yep. Okay, spearmen and rogues. Rogues and spearmen. Hellgraph, let's have you do your Falling Stars, level 3, and we'll see how that works. Okay, so we're watching Falling Stars do its thing. Let's move it along. 1830. That meant that these monsters were not that powerful. Now, I'm not putting on Magic Screen yet because most of the monsters I predict that we will be encountering are not going to be super strong. Okay, so let's see what's back here. Let's see if there's anything of interest. Nope. We're going to keep on going. Okay, yeah, oh no, it was the other one. It was this one where we had the, okay, oh yeah, this was the way to the Gorn King's hideout. So far, we've not got penalized for ignoring. Okay, oh yeah, this is it. So here we're going to use our Key of the Gorn King. Okay. And let's go in and see what we're going to get. Now in the DFortae mod, there's sometimes, even in these chests that only supposedly have a parchment, there may be a few other things there. Okay, so there may be, sometimes DFortae does that. Okay, so this looks to be a psionic bolt, which I'm not too worried about. Now, tip. If you are disarming the trap, please make sure you wait until it turns white. Because sometimes I've seen like someone go boop boop boop. They go through 3 very quickly, and when they hit number 1, it turns red, which means it did not get disarmed, but they didn't set off the trap. And so now all of a sudden, so number 1 wasn't one wasn't unlocked. Then when they hit 2, it's like, wait a minute, you never did number 1, so now, you never unlocked number 1, so since you're unlocking number 2 first, that automatically sets off the trap, so be careful of that. You wipe away the webs and find an old parchment sealed in wax. Carefully removing the wax, you determine that parchment is only a single piece that has been cut from a larger map. You find no other companion pieces in the chest. Letting you know there is an ad break coming up. So usually in about a minute and a half there's going to be an ad break. So what I'm just saying is, if you have to go to the bathroom, don't worry about holding it. Okay, I definitely want this book. And I definitely want this hat. And I definitely want this wand. Really? Okay, good. Okay, so Gixxer has a parchment, which is Temple. We're going to read it. We can read it later. Oh, resurrect. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Cure stone. Heck yeah. Potion. Cure disease. Yep. We're actually going to merge them with Sparkle's cure disease. So we have 3. And by the way, you can never have too many cure disease. Okay, so there's an ad break. So Okay, ad break is over, so welcome back, everyone. Let's see. Okay, wand. Let's see what this wand is. Wand of illness. I may need to look some of these things up just to see what I can sell and what I can keep. Ooh, book. Book of light curing. And a lot of people can use this. Let's see, Lord. Wait a minute, you don't have cure light conditions. Well, guess what, Sparkle? You do now. Tell you, that's about the best book we could have got. Nothing here. Shield of Winds I'm not sure of. Hat. If this is what I think it is. Oh, baby, Mitre de Sanct. No, we're not going to invoke its special power, but we know it's better than a regular Mitre. Okay, good. We're going to get rid of our Mitre. Let's see if Gixxer wants to get rid of anything. Now, by the way, you can actually sell the maps. Like the parchments, like the dragon map and temple map, they can be sold. I don't think we're going to use this, so let's just sell it. I'm going to keep the magic cookie because I think I'd like to do more research on it. No Dashi, yeah, we're getting rid of this because the one character whose class can use it, their race cannot. Okay, so Donkey, it looks like, has pretty much nothing but you know what's. Okay, let's see. Hellgraph, what's your okay? So you're still new in artifacts. Okay, good. So now what we're going to do is we are now going to get you know what? At first this NPC was nice because it helped us unload our stuff, but now it is becoming annoying. And if I remember, there's a lot of stuff that was down here. Could we still have this? Okay, so let's see what we've got. Wand. Sparkle sticks. Hellgraph, congratulations. You got more sparkle sticks. Wizard's Cone. No one else can use it, so sparkle, yeah, that's going to be for you to sell. Powder. Fairy dust. Do we have some other fairy dust? No, we don't, but we do have some snake. But still, fairy dust is not, I think, not a bad thing to have. I don't know. I may change my mind on that. I may. Acid bomb, not bad. I think I could find a use for that. Okay. So now, last but not least, over to this chest right here. Okay, fireball's not bad. Yay, we got some books, so let's, we're gonna check out the books. Pipes will definitely want to check those out. Helmet, reagent, scroll, 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 scroll. Apparently we're out of room, so let's see what the books are, because I think the books are important. Pipes, let's see what they are. Flute of Wounding. Already got one. Book of Directions. Well, you've got it, and see that you're the only one that can. So I'm going to still scribe it. It's going to get you. It's going to get you some more points in your spell book. Let's have you take. Okay, helmet. It's a brilliant helm. Okay, I'm not sure what the difference is between a brilliant helm and a regular helm. Oh, resurrect. Come on. Heck yeah. That's why you should have always inspect everything, because you never know. Ooh, Book of Silence. Lord. I think Lord can use that. Oh. You don't got silence, Sparkle? Well, you do now. And by the way, I save the game every time because Ooh, lifesteal. Good. Illusion. Wow, we got some good scrolls here. I think what we need to do though, we need to make sure that like we do some scribe training. Like for example, Sparkle does not have a lot of scribe training, so we wouldn't want to use them in battle. Okay, we still have a few things that we can sell, and of course now the NPC is never going to show up. So you know what? I think that's everything. I think that pretty much finishes Ogre Castle. So what we're going to do is we are now going to get out of here and go back. Okay, so we're going to go back to New City. No, wrong way, Moody. Okay, so now we've got our ladder up and out. Okay. Let me just check something. Okay. I was just looking at another streamer down the road. I'm looking at possible raid targets. Okay. Okay. Okay, yeah, Flute of Wounding we don't need because we've already got one. I think Sparkle has something extra that we want to get rid of. Yeah, Wizard's Cone, definitely. Anything else? I'm not sure about that skirt though. Oh, rock crystals, yeah. I'm still keeping the heater shield just because okay, let's see if DeForte has anything. Okay, rock crystals, we're getting rid of those. Okay, so if I remember correctly, we're going to go, I think we want to go south on this road here. Yep. Okay, now we have a letter from Beauregard. I don't know if that's how you pronounce his name. But we're going to just drop this. We don't need it anymore. It's taking up an inventory space, so. And we're going to go back to New City. Okay, because there's a couple items that we want to drop. Now, if we go left, that's going to take us to Munkarama. And y'all remember what happened in Munkarama last time? Right when we entered, we got slammed. Okay. Okay, now there is one thing that we do need, and that is a moonstone. Okay, I hope everyone's doing well. I want to thank everyone for watching. Another exciting, tomorrow's stream is going to be Ultima 1. I mean Ultima 4, excuse me, the NES version. Okay. Now I'm trying to remember where I left some of these things. Okay, these are night rooks. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to look up the I'm going to just start trying to get everyone to use some sticks. Just so we can maybe get up in, I think, yeah, sand you've got perfect. You've got 100 artifacts. I'm not going to say perfect because let's see, DFortae. What do you want to? What do I want to have you use? Okay, let's have you use armor plate and hellgraph. Let's have you use your sparkle sticks. Now again, there's probably going to be some backfires. That's okay. That's okay. I don't mind that. It's part of the training process. Because if you use sticks, artifacts tends to go up quickly. Okay, DFortae, let's have you use acid sticks. Hellgraph, let's have you use sparkle sticks. Okay, looks like we killed all of them. Nicely done. Okay, so let's see, what should we leave here? Oh, great. We're just going to have you leave. We got lucky there. So I'm gonna sleep a little bit. Let's have these. Let's have our. Oh, great, cute. Okay, again, let's continue our training. By the way, I don't know if I told you about the pinball tourney, but it was yesterday. I went there, went through qualifying, but starting qualifying, my stomach wasn't feeling that great, and as qualifying went on, my stomach felt worse and worse and worse. And then after, like when it was done, I was like, oh my, I didn't want to do anything. So I was like trying to rest, went to the mall, see, but nothing made it better. So I hated to skip out on the finals, but I did. I did, as I said, I didn't like to do that, but I can't, if my stomach is feeling that bad that I can't really continue, I'm not saying what's the point, but yeah, what's... Now you notice our whatchamacallit is gone. Our armor plate scroll is gone, so okay, yay, we killed all of them. Okay, so let's try this again. Okay. Donkey, you're a little bit injured. Let's heal you up. Okay. So there's an ad break coming up. Okay, in DFortae we know that you can cast Heal Wounds. Let's have you do a full bore one because you're healing Gixxer. Okay, and let's have everyone rest again. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Okay, so let's see, and we're gonna, by the way, we're only gonna drop things that we're not gonna need right away. Okay, bone combs and brushes, we're not gonna need them right away. In fact, we're not gonna need them for the longest time. Temple, I'm going to keep. Sparkle, everything that you have is useful. Sand. Dragon, I'm going to drop that temporarily because I think we're not going to need that till much later. Temple, really, you know, we'll read it, and we eventually may drop it because we do need. DFortae. I thought we had more. Oh, okay, the bonsai tree. Okay, ad break is over. So I'm letting you know that it's probably about 20 more minutes. Going to end it at approximately 2 hours 40 minutes. There may be a raid coming. I have right now Right now, just two raid targets. I had three, but one of them kind of was like, went in unexpected directions, so let's save it. Okay, let's make sure that there's nothing that we wanted that we have. Now what I may do off screen is I may go through everything and I may see, okay, what do I want to what do I want to get rid of? Is there anything that I really need, etc. Now, if I remember correctly, I left most of the materials either at either close to the either close to Palukes or close to the okay. Guess I did not leave them there. I guess they disappeared. Okay, oh, we got some Savant Guards and some Savant Guards. Here, I'm just gonna go with melee, because Savant Guards are a little bit tougher, and I'd say they're a little bit too tough to they're a little bit too tough for, in my opinion, they're just too tough. Okay. There. So we left them at Palukes. Okay, that's the rebus egg, which we don't want. Okay, So it took us forever to get to, so drop. Okay, so we got the moonstone. And I'm going to drop the stun gun too. All it's doing is it's wasting an inventory space. Wait. Ooh, Brilliant Helm does have an interesting special power, so I'll probably, again, some research is in order. Okay, those are the two possible raid targets I'm looking at. I'm just saying there may be a third, but right now I haven't found one yet. Okay, so, Okay, so now the question is, what do we do? Again, there's three possible areas we could go to. We could go to we could go to Ukper, which is where the Ampani hang out. And Donuts to Dollars says that if we go to Ukper, pretty much everywhere we go, we are going to we're going to be attacked because the Ampani really dislike us. Even though we killed everyone in self-defense, it's like they don't take kindly to 3 Ampani being killed. We could also go to the Dane Tower. The problem with that is to really do that, we would either need a very sleep-resistant character, which I don't know if we have one, or we would need to save scum, and remember, save scumming is not good. That being said, that there are a few places for a lot of grinding, so that could get very tedious. We could also go to the mountains, which is also not a bad idea. The problem with the mountains is we're gonna be there a while, and we're probably gonna get a lot of stuff. And so I don't know if you have a preference for the raid target, but and then of course we could go to Monkarama, which I think we have the necessary stuff for Monkarama. And I think we've lightened our load about as much as we could. At least reasonably. And there are people in Munkarama that will trade, that hopefully will trade with us. Hopefully the monks at least don't dislike us. Okay, before I go there, let me check out one of the other pinball streamers because we got 2 possible pinball streamers. Okay, so here we go to Munkarama. We have to leave by the east. So we have to go this way. We've been through most of this way. Okay, on Munkarama though, we have to go in this direction. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we got some stag weevils. And we got some stag weevils. Stag weevils I'm not overly concerned about, so I'm just going to melee them. If I really wanted to, I probably could. I probably could do some training here, but I won't. Why not? Let's never hurt. Blood sticks. Fight. Acid sticks. And Hellgraph will do sparkle sticks. Okay, I'm not sure. Part of me wants to take you to the Zoop stream with Jefftainment. The thing is, I've rated Jeff a lot. I'm also trying to raid people who I haven't really rated, you know. Well, really, who I haven't rated yet, or haven't rated in the longest time. And I know that maybe not everyone is a fan of a pinball stream, but it's kind of, you know, it's different. You know, different, something different. Okay, Aaron River Munkarama Bridge. Sign appears to be out of date, for it's quite plain there's no bridge crosses the river. There is a long steel cable drawn taut between 2 trees on each side of the river, and perhaps there's a way to make use of it in some fashion. From somewhere nearby on the riverbank, you hear the slurred sounds of someone singing, or at least trying to. After a moment, you decide it's not singing, it's crooning. Badly out of tune, you're sure the mysterious minstrel is either completely deaf, trying to scare some animal, or is dying in great pain. Finally, you spot the wailing figure rising up from the bank, and after brushing the leaves and dirt from his robes, he turns in your direction, mercifully desisting in his REF from hell as he stumbles upon to meet you. Welcome, brothers. I am Brother Schober, guardian of Monkarama Bridge. That is, when there was a bridge here. Only now I still am, but there isn't one. I mean, oh, never mind. How may I help you, good brothers? Now this is where, remember, it was slay. I think it was slay he that cannot hear. Not sure if it's slay he or slay thee. Okay, so we're not going to say resave. We're going to see. No, so we're just going to leave it at that. Let's save it. And for some reason, I think the phrase was longer than that. I don't think it was just like only a few. Ah, I found it. Okay. I found where I wrote it down. It's slay not he that cannot hear. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Sorry. Be thankful, ye that hath an ear. Okay. Are you traveling to the holy city of Monkarama? Yep. Good fortune you have found me, for the monks of the dark forest have been afoot, spreading their foul and sinful ways, and 'tis not a safe place to venture these days. They come from the underworld, and though the holy path teaches us to be kindly to our brethren, I say cut off their faces. I think they are in need of a few good reminders of the virtues of the rightful path, if you know what I mean. Usually they keep to the forests or make the journey to New City to work their profanities, but that has changed, and now they have infested the holy city with their filthy ways. Methinks they have even been plotting unholy sacrilege with the blasphemous scum of Dane. That is, those unfortunate brethren of the Dane who are confused and have strayed far, yes, very far from the blessed path of the true and rightful way. Are you willing to face danger to continue with thy holy journey? You must find a way into the hidden temple of Monkarama, which lies underneath the holy city. The temple was built at the beginning of time, when the heavens were created to protect and keep safe the holy work, but the infernal brethren, may holy lightning burn them all forever from the dark forest, have made an underworld of stench and decay, a fortress to hide and harbor their impious lot. They seek to discover the secret of the holy work, but only those of the true path know the way. Deep within the temple, underground waters from the river flow freely and keep it flooded. But we rightful brethren know that beyond these waters lies safe the holy work. You must brave the unholy monks may blessed rotworms forever fester in their malaise bowels of the dark forest and find where the waters flood. There aside the golden faith, seek ye the true path. Once you have safely secured the holy work, take it to the Master Zhang, Lord of the Five Flowers. He will know the holy word. Slay not he that cannot hear. Be thankful ye that hath an ear. Recant this to him or finish what he begins. He will know these as disciples, and good brethren, you shall also have need of this. And let's see, what did we get? We got a cable trolley, which we don't need. And so what we're going to do is we are going to walk across the river. And we are going to call it here. I think right now we're going to be raiding the Pinball Mafia. Let me check my raids. Okay. So let's do that. Let's even if you're not interested in pinball, there's still good people. I'm just trying to raid, you know, a variety of people, even if I'm not sure 100% that you'll necessarily. But if you like pinball, watch them. So let's raid them. And I thank you, and I'll see you on. Hopefully see you on Monday, where we'll do more NES Ultima 4. So thank you. Have a good night.
Out of your closet?
Rudy, mystery.
Rudy! Hey, Rudy! You were missed earlier. We just finished playing
That almost sounded professional. It sounded like a radio host right there.
Passcode is Kelly. Yeah, we gotta be a little more creative than that. Fauntleroy. The code is Fauntleroy. That means nothing to y'all. It means everything to me.
I sure does.
The password
Fauntleroy is Donald Duck's middle name.
The password is.
I recognize it.
Yeah.
What were you playing earlier? We were playing Godzilla. We played one game regular, one game Powerball, and then we didn't have time for another game, so we moved over to Total Nuclear and Highland.
And why don't we have Powerballs in this?
And Moody, because they would take a lot of extra time.
Because someone has a dog to get back
We
to.
had a lot of good simple jokes going earlier, so your name came up quite a bit at the beginning of the stream.
Wow. I threw 20 balls. Stupid stand-ups.
But what Preston said.